Everyone's calling it a market shift, but what does that mean? And especially for the Boise market, let's find out. Welcome back. I'm Summer Aston, a realtor in the beautiful Boise, Idaho area, and my team and I are here to help you buy and sell homes. And if you're thinking of buying or selling a home, or really, even if you aren't, you are probably hearing the new phrase housing market shift getting thrown around a lot these days. So what exactly does that mean? Is it just a nice way to gloss over the phrase housing market crash? So let's dig into this housing market shift and what I'm seeing happening here in Boise. I'm sure you've seen some recent articles that seem like Chicken Little running around yelling, "The sky is falling," regarding the Boise housing market. And Bloomberg had a recent article stating that typical home values in Boise rose just 0.4% last month, which is down from a 4.1% monthly pace in June of 2021, according to Zillow data. That makes it the first of the country's top 100 housing markets to flirt with falling prices this year. So they're referring to the month of March 2022. And you have to keep in mind that Idaho is a non-disclosure state, which means that Zillow does not have access to all of Idaho housing sold data. So according to our local Boise Regional Realtor Association data, home prices in Ada County rose 2% in April 2022. So while that is less than the rate of appreciation in June of 2021, it's still more than the 0.4% that was reported by Bloomberg using Zillow data. So this is all to say, listen to your local realtor experts over Zillow. Well, that and the sky, or the housing market as the case may be, is not falling, but it's certainly shifting. And that's what we want, right? I mean, no one likes the rising interest rates, and as of today, they're around 5.25% to 5.5% for well-qualified people. But the past couple of years of record-breaking markets were stressful for everyone and unsustainable. I'm a little tired. And we're just beginning to see the shift. It's really showing up more in the day-to-day, less measurable things, like fewer people coming to open houses, buyers becoming more picky, home price reductions, fewer people coming to visit to see if they want to move here, and we're seeing some builder incentives. But at the same time, we're still seeing homes sell for over asking price. Some homes having 50 people come to an open house, and our days on market on average hasn't changed that much yet. Of course, some of that data takes a few weeks to show up, and as I said, we are just beginning to see the changes. But overall, the market is just becoming quite sensitive. However, we also typically have a buyer drop-off at the end of May. As all parents know, May is busier than December in terms of kids' recitals, sporting events, and end-of-school activities. And with data being at our fingertips these days, it can sometimes be the thief of intuition if it's looked at under a microscope and the big picture is ignored. So what are some of our current numbers? Ada County reached a new high median sales price of $595,000 in April of 2022 and an average of around $680,000. That's up 2% from last month. So new home sales did fall 21% from last year, but builder permitting was down last year, and especially in the fall with the pinch of supply chain and other issues. So that's also a reflection of the new home sales dropping. Existing home sales dropped 17% from last year, and inventory increased from around the 350 range in April of 2021 to about 950 homes on the market in April of 2022. But just to put that in perspective, at the peak of the market in the early 2000s, there were over 5,000 homes on the market. So we're still at only a 1.1 month or about 5 weeks supply of inventory. And while that number has gone up from last year, it is still a strong seller's market. Except, why then the price drops we are seeing? So this is where the market shift or the sensitivity of the market is most evident in those price drops. While rising rates have left some buyers holding off, we still have a healthy demand that is higher than supply. But we've got two things at play here. With more people paying more for a home and higher rates, they are more picky about what they are getting. And with things shifting, if a seller or a listing agent doesn't understand the very sensitive nature of our market right now, and they either price too high or they don't do what it takes to make their house outshine the rest, it will sit on the market. So it's not sitting on the market for months, more like a couple of weeks until the seller gets their price in line with the true value of their home. And another thing that the news won't tell you is that the psychology of the buyer is different right now than it was the last couple of years. Our housing market was driven by politics and panic. We still have politics at play when people are choosing to move to the Boise area. People wanting to get away from the political scene of their current state is still the number one reason people tell me that they're moving here. But what they are not doing now is panicking. They rode out the pandemic pandemonium in their home states and have taken their time to decide to move here. And then they know that they are paying more for a higher rate, so their house that they buy here better be move-in ready, priced right, and everything they hoped for. So right now, there's no more of this, I have to buy a house in Boise right now, and I don't care which one, I just have to get out type of attitude. At least not right now. So if a seller lists a home and it checks all the boxes, including correct pricing, then yes, it will still get multiple offers and can sell for over asking price as of today. So I pulled data from just May 1st to May 20th of 2022 just to see where we are at in May with some things, and it's pretty interesting. The median days on market for this time period, this past 3 weeks, was 3. The same time last year, it was 4 days on market. The median list price for the last 3 weeks was $529,000 with a median sold price of $549,900. Compared to this year last time, the median list price was $479,000 and the median sold was $495,000. So yes, we still have homes selling for over asking price. Actually, about 50% of homes are still selling for over asking. And then this time last year, there were 186 existing homes sold in Ada County, and this year there were 123. So sales did fall from last year this time. So will we have more inventory coming on the market in June? I would assume yes, just based on typical school year patterns. And will we have more buyers in June? Again, I think yes, because of our normal patterns. And we still have buyers coming to get away from whatever they didn't like in their other states. If the inventory is slower to sell and it begins to accumulate, then we can see more price reductions. But we're kind of in an odd stage of panic price reductions right now, which is another reason our market is very shifty. So sellers list their house and maybe it wasn't even too high. Maybe they listed it right on the money and they don't get an offer after 3 days like has been the past norm. So they panic, they drop the price $50,000 so they can get it sold in a couple of days. Or sellers might be more patient, not reduce the price, and sell that home in a few weeks. I think we are moving towards a market where homes taking 30 days to sell will become the new normal, which is still a seller's market, but people tend to forget that. Our market has been moving so furiously that even though we need it to stabilize, now that it's showing the first signs of stabilization, some people are panicking. But if everybody just chills out and realizes that we need to look at the big picture, not that isolated micro data, the road to stability would be much smoother. So as I've said in my other 2022 Boise housing market videos, do I think we will have a market crash? No, I don't see that for right now. A market shift towards stabilization? Absolutely, and at times, like right now, it's quite shifty, like with this big gap of home prices that we're seeing with price reductions at the same time as homes selling for over asking price. I think we will head towards a recession, but that doesn't mean a crashing housing market. So whatever the case may be, people will still need to buy and sell homes. And if you're thinking about doing that in the Boise area, reach out to us at summerastonrealestate.com. Follow me on Instagram, send me a text or an email, and my team and I are happy to help. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.